Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, good morning to my supervisor, Dr. Amri, my examiner, Madam Safarina, and my lecturer for CSP C100, Dr. Zuraini. My name is Aisyah Miza Beti Mohsin from CS 2405A, UiTM Machang. I am a Part 5 student representing my final year project proposal. Qlick2SRS E-IDRT online system is my proposed project for the final year project. So, in this beautiful day, let's begin. Project background. Access information, insert, retrieving records, registration process should be done through this word rapid technology such as online system. Those processes in the manual systems are sometimes could be troublesome into an organization. The need for online systems has grown quickly due to its success in eliminating the need for hard copies, space, procedures, and time. As a result, an online system is very efficient at saving time when managing a task. People can access everywhere and anywhere without need to worrying where will be the data is kept, where will the data can be accessed, is secure to use it. Scheme Ronda Askarela comes with benefit from the use of online management system for the website. Online registration, report submission, and access information among admin and public user need an effective communication medium so that the potency of misunderstanding or lack of information can be eliminated. Qlick2SRS E-IDRT online system is perfect and appropriate to help Scheme Ronda Askarela to enhance and improve their management. A web-based management system will be implemented in this project to create an effective management system for the Scheme Ronda Askarela. Next, problem statement. Before this, there are still problem occurs when handling this organization, which are the management of this organization is still done in manual way, which use paper to key in information, such as the registration of members, the withdrawal of the members, attendance record, and report of patrol. In addition, mostly people do not notice the existence of the organization. Why? Because there are not too much advertising or information invisible or available, so it makes people that are interested to be a member but don't know how to register and how they can contact the person in charge. Definitely hard to find it without updated information. Then the manual system use a lot of money to print all the hard copies, thus previous data and storage are difficult to find and tend to be deleted after a long period of time. So the files are only available for a limited duration, where it may produce data duplication, which the bad things to have for the organization reputation. Here are research questions and research objective. Research objective will answer the research questions. Let's begin with the number 1 of research question. So, how can the system be specified for its functionalities? And the objective is to design the system's architecture and functionalities. Number 2, what are the data and information need to be collected within organization? Objective number 2, to identify what data and information needed within organization. Lastly, number 3, what is the solution to manage the organization without using manual system? So, number 3 of objective is to develop an online management system that can replace a manual system. Significance is like the importance, the benefits when having this project. Basically, it is the online system for the Scheme Ronda Askarela to manage its organization. Thus, it can improve the management from offline to online. It also increase the application of the new member in the organization effectively. The system will give benefits to the admin, who is the leader, to retrieve, produce, and key in the data into the system. Also, it can help organization and public user to view, manage, retrieve, and send information. Next, scope. First scope is this online system will involve public user and an admin to use the system. It is accessible to everyone, but the application of the registration for the new members is only applicable to residents in Kampung Ngaban Telong. It also accessible for the browsers since it is the web-based system which user must access through their website in the computer. The management will involve basic aspects which are registration, user profile and report management. Expected outcome. This is for the expected result for my project. Qlick2SRS E-IDRT online system requires internet connectivity to access it, which will be uploaded to the server hosting. This system will handle the management of the registration members, the withdrawal of the members, attendance record and report of patrol. Function of admin is he can control all the tasks involved for the future analysis. Admin also can enter information and location related about the crime rates for the certain places. When user view the website, of course, better user interface will attract more visitors in to keep the engagement. And also we want to promote scheme Rondaan Sukarela by displaying gallery, upcoming event, location of the scheme Rondaan Sukarela in Malaysia, and also can search related data. There will be many information that available and give benefits to the user. Second topic is literature review. Scheme Rondaan Sukarela is the organisation that main task is to protect and provide safety for the community, but it requires residents bonding to prevent crimes together. Generally, the lack of community bond can lead and increasing of the burglary. Crime cases always appear in news nowadays, and it has been a new phenomenon in other countries including Malaysia, said Abidin. All these factors can be caused from the lack of participation in certain rules for a way to prevent crime. Sometimes strong bonding between community, especially in a village, can help people to gain trust to each other. Scheme Rondaan Sukarela, also known as SRS, is an organisation that has the biggest role to solve problems matter in the village, especially crime cases. This organisation is the patrol team where they monitor, control and protect the villagers. Still and all, the management from this organisation is still done in manual way. So there are so many elements that need to be considered to develop a successful Qlick2SRS E-IDRT online system. Scheme Rondaan Sukarela. Before that, Scheme Rondaan Sukarela is under Rukun Tetangga, which almost exists in every village. Rukun Tetangga, also known as RT, was introduced in year 1975 after peristiwa 13 Mei. Rukun Tetangga rules are including supporting community bonding and national integrity, help in prevent conflicts between people in Malaysia, apply nationalism and patriotism in order to build a strong community, evaluate relationship between people, and organize with programs or activities by government agency, and many more. Rukun Tetangga established Scheme Rondaan Sukarela under it. So, what is Scheme Rondaan Sukarela actually? It is a community activities with the active participation from the villagers to patrol every day in the village from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. basically. It is very responsible and helpful organisation. Scheme Rondaan Sukarela manage its organisation by stating it applied top-down approach in Malaysia, where mostly the approach focused on crime prevention. Top-down approach of management can help in focused on the result based on objective. It helps security forces by providing safety in the local places. Then, it helps police officer with contribute together to reduce the crime rate in the village. Importance of volunteering in patrolling. Melo and Yo have stated that nowadays volunteerism in SAF is lacking day by day, and we thought wrongly where the person is not doing sincerely but expect more income such as money. So we must teach from the young age to develop the spirit of voluntary efficiently. Living in the neighborhood, all the members should maintain visible to reassure neighbors to provide a safety environment in the neighborhood. For example, greeting residents as they approach their homes, and working individuals with their requests in the midnight. That is where we build a trust to each other. She trusts him, he trusts her. It is a neighborhood unity. Author said a person who can volunteer can feel the difference of personality changing before and after. The positive impacts from the volunteering can be in terms of experience and career exposure. They are including increasing of self-motivation, decreasing negative feelings, improve social relationships, applying good value in life, productive mind, emotion control, and able to solve any problems without any conflicts. This is very important to us. Another literature is web development. So web development is a way to build a website or an online system and maintain it properly. Web development or web application has many different types of design on the cloud for certain objectives, such as for the educational purpose, personal purpose, commercial, for an organization, news, events, entertainment, and blogging. According to Xiao Shu, front-end web development technology optimizes the website and develops for the user's actual experience and requirements when using the online websites using editing language such as CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. Front-end web development is more to the design of the websites. Besides, back-end development is the important role in developing a website. Without back-end, there is no front-end existed. Programming language. Programming language is the essential part to understanding when we want to developing a system. Programming is much easier compared to a long time ago because the advanced language has been applied in the term of to reduce development time. Plus, everyone can develop more complex programs at any time, and also known as the problem solving. According to Shrestha, self-learning, just-in-time learning, and relating new language to previous language are those for the strategies that can be implemented for the developer to learn a new language. For example, from language Java to the Kotlin. Kotlin is the advanced of the Java language. Java is the basic one. So under programming language, we have client-side scripting and server-side scripting. Let's begin with the client-side scripting. Client-side scripting, also known as front-end, where users see what website display and how the website is displayed is client-side scripting, which is written in many languages such as markup language, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Angular, Vue, and React. React is the latest one. So the client side also supported with the Ajax. So what is Ajax? Many websites are successfully developed, such as Amazon, Shopee, Lazada, Gmail, Facebook, that use JavaScript with Ajax that produce dynamic and real-time performance. HTML is a part of client-side scripting. Hypertext markup language is the heart of website building. Without it, website cannot be successfully implemented. The latest one is the HTML5 that helps developer in structuring sites and access hierarchical object models. HTML contains XML and HTML based on HTML. Almost of its code contains text. HTML can define tables, heading, footer, header, and many more, as it helps programmers to structure their website. Below is the example of codes using HTML. CSS, Cascading Style Sheet, helps HTML markup website by providing many interactive elements to apply with the adjust presentation of the data. CSS resolves the issue of a website's many pages having the same look and feel. How? CSS documents are made up of rules which are selectors and property value pairs. There are three ways to include CSS in decoding, which are inline, internal, and external. Inline apply a unique style to a single HTML element. Internal is used if only a single page has a unique style, and external is utilized in situations where it's possible to change the appearance of a complete website by changing a single font only included in the HTML page. Below is the examples of codes in the CSS. JavaScript is a scripting language that enables developers to build responsive content, multimedia, animated picture, cross-platform applications. JavaScript is both client side and also the server side that allows to make an interactive website, but it is more known as the client side. Executing JavaScript can sometimes change in the presentation with or without requesting for the server. Ajax is the advanced of JavaScript. Another rule for Ajax is playing in loading a resource, like the example below. JavaScript have multiple libraries and frameworks that are developed using it, including jQuery, AngularJS, and Node.js. Server-side scripting. Back-end development, which also known as server-side scripting, can handle requests from the users in server. Then, after processing the request, the server will send the response to the user as the result of the application. Examples of server-side are PHP, Perl, Python, Java, and ASP.NET. Developers should choose wisely what type of server-side environment for the development. Many researchers have been making comparison between Node.js, PHP, Django, and Rails. The comparison are about the ease to use, popularity, availability, and the performance. PHP. Well, for sure, PHP is the basic things to do when doing a website. Mostly developers use PHP for the connection of a database, online documentation support, test case driven. PHP stands for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. PHP create dynamic and interactive web pages mixed with the database queries and presentation tags during development of the PHP. PHP have a lot of frameworks, which one of its Laravel. It helps to develop projects more efficiently. So according to Crawford and Hussein, PHP is excellent in getting started, help and support popularity, and very good for the integrations with the database compared with the other tools. So Laravel. Laravel is one of the most famous PHP framework. It simplifies usage by providing P-code module. All we have to do is populate the module with the required information. It uses the MVC pattern, Model View Controller, which is a technique for designing application that decouples, that separates the data from a model from the view, and the application's logic, which is the controller, where the model are used to perform queries and manipulate data going into a coming out of database. Laravel enables the development of PHP in a straightforward and elegant manner. You can see below how smooth is it when user click the button and it trigger to other functions. SQL database. SQL is an short form of structured query language. It consists of three parts: data definition language (DDL), which allows data schemas to be specific, and data definition. Then there's data manipulation language (DML), which allows to retrieve, store, change, and delete data. The final component is data control language (DCL), which allows database managers to configure database security access. Standard SQL commands that apply in every development is select, insert, update, delete, create, and drop. CRUD is the essential process: create, read, update, delete in the programming, because that is the most basic things user will do when user using the website. Okay, so this is the most part. SQL injection, we need to aware of our coding and security. SQL injection is the attack using network security. It has been the main injection attack mode, and those who do not apply codes that prevent from the SQL injection may get attacked by the hackers control the server. MySQL is the part SQL. We just need to download with free pack, no need to pay. It is the second popular relational DBMS, which is as known as database management system, and RDBMS, relational database management system, is the first popular relational open source client server. During 2016, Oracle Technologies has acquired MySQL, then follow up with MariaDB into the latest version. It is one of the most frequently used database on the world, with users including Facebook, Google, Twitter, and more. MySQL feature include excellent performance, reliability, and ease of use of all, which tempts authors to use it. Similar projects. I have found two similar projects, which are E-IDRT and Rukun Tetangga Population Information System. We start from E-IDRT. E-IDRT is a web application that useful for the residents in Kelurahan Periuk, Kecamatan Periuk, Kota Tangerang in Rukun Tetangga RT in Indonesia. This application managed to solve problems in the organisation. Manual service, which results in long delivery service times, a lack of socialization between government and RT communication members, and a lack of facilities assistance to admin the organisation are all the issues. There are a few solutions proposed from the team. First solution is planning and applications as a communication platform. Next, manage organisation through online. Then improve the infrastructure of the Rukun Tetangga. Then administration process, use paperless office, and finally upgrade by training the system and the technology. Okay, so the methodology has 6 phases involved using waterfall, which are early survey, problems identification, determine prioritization, and problem solving, planning, and developing E-IDRT application, testing, and documentation. So another project is Rukun Tetangga Population Information System. Technology has no limit, as we know, as it's growing with the advancement day by day. It improves human life as well as into the community. Therefore, an information system pendataan kependudukan Rukun Tetangga di Kelurahan Untar Panjang can help in processing data with efficiency, accurate, and give benefits to the Rukun Tetangga's organizations in the Kelurahan Untar Panjang. Before this, the residents in the Kelurahan Untar Panjang has not yet used any computerization technology. In fact, they were still using manual way, such as book that was provided from the desa. Hence, there are few solutions to solve those problems, which are all the data will be processed using computerization, data will be stored into the database, and easy to add, update, and delete the data. The methodology also uses waterfall model. It's suitable even though this model has been expected as not up to date. but this one is used by many software engineering and most popular. They use MySQL as a database platform, object-oriented, code initer framework as the language of PHP, and Adobe Dreamweaver as the software. To design the UML, which is names of Unified Modeling Language, they use Star UML as the modeling platforms, diagrams such as E-IDRT, activity diagram, and so on. So benefits from the systems are it can save time for the leader in rukun tetangga to store data through website. Be another alternative in storing residents' data into the database is on adding data of the new residents, and also can update and delete the data. Next chapter is methodology. Methodology chosen is the basis of software development lifecycle (SDLC), using waterfall model as the process of accomplishment for this project. The waterfall model is good for the software development since it divides a project into discrete parts, said Lesmana. Therefore, it is to prepare the complete web-based project development using WDLC, which is Web Development Life Cycle. Phases have 6 phases in WDLC using the basis of SDLC. First one is the information gathering, planning, design, development, testing, and lastly maintenance. Information gathering. So this is the first step that is most crucial compared to other phases, where we collect requirements, including functional requirements or non-functional requirements. So to begin with a project, we must understand the user's requirement. So by identify users' needs and help them with a preferred solution. The questions like, who is the target audience, or what are the business goals, how website will be implemented to accomplish the objective, are the needed questions that we need to find out and answer before developing the projects that can retrieve from the interviews or a survey, for example. The method involved is collect system requirement. It is conducting interviews with the chairman of Kawasan Rukun Tetangga (KRT), leader of scheme Londa Askarela in Kampung Mengabat and residents of the village in Kampung Mengabat. Number 2, identify the problems from the results of interviews and questionnaire. Problems are identified. Exploring and do some research by reading journals and articles related are also required to do so. And the third, identify the objective and goals. Every business process must have objective and goals. We know that without goals, it cannot be implemented. Otherwise, the project might fail. The goals are to eliminating manual system used by the organization and do it in online platform. Fourth, identify area of the users. Area of the users of the project are the public citizens who can view information, and the users from the residents in village Kampung Mengabat can register for the application of the new member. Another user is an admin, who is the leader in scheme Londa Askarela to process and do the management. Area of location is in Kampung Mengabat, but also can access everywhere since it is an online system. So planning will be done after the phase 1. We should know our target audience first and what the system must have. So the first method is identify the target's audience. It is to observe who are the target audience by age categories, for example, adults, teens, children, men or women, plus their demographics is helpful. So planning. The second one is planning a sitemap and build wireframe for the website. Sitemap is important for the beginning of to developing website. It is about designing sitemap. We use gluemaps.com. Mockflow is the tool for designing wireframe because it quite user friendly compared to other. Third, identify the functionalities based on requirements. The functionalities are the way we design the architecture of the website. And fourth, estimate project schedule. Using Gantt chart, we can scheduling our planning in efficient way with milestone and complete percentage. We can see the Gantt chart at the next slide. So the design. Design is the good user experience on a website that also depends on the design. In this way, we determine the look and the feel of the web. Example of the design elements are a drop-down menu, font, color, background, buttons. It can be designed by sketching prototypes. The method is number 1, design user interface using just-in-mind software. Number 2, design UML diagram where it can help in visualize the workflow of the system. Number 3, design database diagram including entity relationship diagram (ERD). And then development. Development, we must choose the suitable tools to use for the front end and back end development, such as HTML, CSS, PHP, and other web programming language. The methods are including the number 1, coding database language, which is CRUD. Number 2, create interactive website. For this case, using VS Code software using language of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Third, develop database. And lastly, develop user interface where it can be shown from the user side. Lastly, connect with the server by running on localhost using XAMPP server to get full access of the website and also the internet connectivity. So this is the Gantt chart from the planning. I said Gantt chart is produced in the planning phase. Therefore, this is my Gantt chart for the 15 months. Testing. Testing is done after the web development is complete. After all the approval from the users and stakeholders, the website are ready for the delivery, and we must observe the flows of the system, including the single function to check. Method involves observe the flow system, such as self-testing. It is like, how do I feel when I put myself in the user perspective? What it feels like? Is the functionalities meet the requirements? Types of questions is appear when we self-observe. Another is design user manual for the users, such as manual instruction. Perform usability testing with choosing 2 to 3 users to do the testing for the full system. And the last one is collect data for the satisfaction. The result from the usability testing will be used as the feedback to collect data for the satisfaction. And then maintenance. Maintenance in this stage, finally we reach out the end users and the users can use the website for the first time. We must always keep updated with the current information requirements, considering even the latest changes in the theme, because we use waterfall model. After the coding stage, users cannot change the requirements unless there is another potential error that is detected during the testing. So the method: first, public website by uploading to the hosting server. After testing, that is good to publish the website into the hosting. Hosting is the way of people can access the website via World Wide Web, www. And the hosting is the way of and the hosting platform can use platforms such as GoDaddy or 000 web hosting. Number 2, responsibilities for updating content. After publishing the website, we need to always updating the content. It is to make sure the website is always there and people can gain trust. And number 3, authentication. Authentication is protecting the privacy of the users, such as their name, password, username. And fourth, collect data for the number of visitors. This can be done using session or cookies that collect how many visitors of the website. It is to analyze for the future improvement and enhancements. In conclusion, Skim Ronda Sukarela SRS is an organization under Rukun Tetangga RT that do active participation from the residents in every village. Its tasks are to prevent any crime in the village, voluntary and patrol, and happy people in keeping village safety for the people. The problems occur in the organization management are they still use manual system to key information. People are not much recognized or have any idea of what is Skim Ronda Sukarela is and what is their contributes to the society. And also, since it use manual system, use a lot of money to print all the hard copies, and management always having problems in finding out documents and the duplication of the data. Therefore, Qlick2SRS E-IDRT comes into solution that helps Skim Ronda Sukarela SRS in managing its organization in a computerized way. Hoping this system will be helpful to the organization and also to the everyone in the village of Kampung Ngabatulung. So that's all from me. Thank you for listening and have a good day. Assalamualaikum.